Good morning. Good Wednesday morning. It is nice and sunny out there in northwest Georgia today, so I hope that you're able to get out and enjoy this day some. We're an hour later than normal for these live videos that I've been doing. Normally I do them around 8:30. Today we're at 9:30 because I had an early morning client here in the office. But we're here now. I've got my coffee and I'm ready to hang out and talk with you for a few minutes today. And today I just want to address a common question that I get when people, when you get out in the world, and one of the most common questions is everybody asks is, what do you do? What do you do for a living? When I say, well, I'm a hypnotist or a hypnotherapist, I get a lot of strange looks because there are so many unfounded beliefs about what hypnosis and hypnotism is and hypnotherapy that ever so often I like to make a video to address that, to help clear up some of the confusion. And today I want to talk with you for just a few minutes about what hypnosis is, what it's not, and how I, as the UnHypnotist, do things a little differently. Because that word hypnosis, it sparks curiosity for a lot of people, skepticism for a lot of people, and for some people, fear. And I think a lot of it has to do with pop culture, movies, TV, how they portray hypnosis and hypnotism and hypnotherapy. A lot of it has to do with stage hypnosis and how that is portrayed in the world. I had a lady that came to see me to find out what kind of work I do, if it's something I could help her with. She was really nervous, and she's like, are you going to make me cluck like a chicken? And I'm like, only if you want me to. But that comes from pop culture, stage performances, misinformation that's out there, because most people that come to see me have no idea what hypnosis actually is, or what it's not for that matter. So I want to take this video today and clear up a few things about it, because if you think hypnosis is about swinging pocket watches like in the thumbnail image that I have, or if you think it's about making people cluck like chickens, or if you think it's about mind control where you can make people just do anything that you want them to, then this is going to be a reality check. And as the UnHypnotist, the way that I approach things and approach hypnosis, now this year I will be certified as a board certified hypnotherapist for the 10 years. I got my certification in 2015. I've been studying this since I was a teenager, and 10 years ago I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and get certified so that it will show people that there is a serious side to this. So I've had my certification for 15 years, and 10 years, and my approach is a little different than how most people come at this, because I'm not here to put you under a trance. I'm here as the UnHypnotist to wake you up from trances you're already under, to help you break free from all of those negative trances that you've been conditioned to live in. And if you've ever felt stuck, or you feel like you're running the same old patterns over and over again, then it's time to understand how hypnosis really works and why it might be exactly what you need. So what is hypnosis? Well, simply put, hypnosis is just a state of focused attention and heightened suggestibility. And that's it. Hypnosis is basically eliciting an emotion and giving a suggestion. It's not magic. It's not mind control. It's not even that mysterious. the father of modern hypnotherapy and how we do hypnosis today, basically, and he said he just basically bored his clients into a trance. So it's not all magic and woo-woo like you see in the stage shows. That's performance. Clinical hypnotherapy is a lot different. It's really not that mysterious. It's a natural state that you are in and out of every day, and you don't even realize it most of the time. As I've said before, when you're driving somewhere and you get to where you're going and you don't remember those last few miles, you are in a hypnotic trance. When you are completely absorbed in a book or a movie and it takes you away, you're actually there. You can feel the emotions that they want you to feel. You can sense all of those things. When you lose track of time and your surroundings because you're immersed in that story, you're in a hypnotic trance. That's all hypnosis is. It is a shift in awareness to where your mind becomes more open to suggestions, that your conscious mind and that critical faculty are out of the way, and the unconscious mind can take these new tools and resources and use them for your benefit. And it's a powerful tool to help create change. At its very core, hypnosis is about communication. It's learning how to communicate with your unconscious mind, that part of your mind that runs all of your automatic behaviors, that part that stores all of your emotional memories, and that part that controls your habits, whether good or bad. And that part of you that resists change, even when you consciously want to change, that's that part that we work with in hypnosis and hypnotherapy. And that's why so many people struggle to break bad habits and overcome fears or change destructive thought patterns. It's because they're trying to solve an unconscious issue with their conscious mind. They're trying to do it with just willpower alone, without actually addressing what's happening below the surface in that unconscious mind. And that's where hypnosis comes in. That's where hypnosis can help. So that's what hypnosis is. What is hypnosis not? I guess, for lack of a... What isn't hypnosis? So let's kill a few of those myths right now. It is not mind control. No one can make you do anything against your will under hypnosis. You are fully aware and in control at all times. Hypnosis is not sleep. You don't go under, as most people like to think, or the phrasing that's used a lot of times when it comes to hypnosis. You don't go under, you don't lose consciousness. In fact, you're more mentally focused in a state of hypnosis than you are during your normal waking state. Hypnosis is not some mystical woo-woo nonsense. It is actually a very well-researched psychological tool that's been used in therapy, medicine, and performance coaching for decades. Hypnosis is not just for entertainment. Yes, stage hypnosis exists, and there are lots of entertainment value to those type of performances, but therapeutic hypnosis is completely different, and it's designed to help you create real, lasting change. So if you've ever had that thought that hypnosis was some kind of magic trick or mystical woo-woo, you can let go of that idea right now. And as a pastor, preacher, minister for 35 years now, I have to answer a lot of questions about whether hypnosis is satanic or demonic. I've got a whole video that I cover on that on my channel. So check that out, because we don't want to take up that time to cover that here. But I go into depth on that, about whether hypnosis is demonic or satanic. It's not, just as a brief answer. So what can it be used for then? What can we use hypnosis for? Well, because hypnosis works directly with your unconscious mind, it is a very effective tool for addressing all kind of issues. It can help you break bad habits. You know, the typical things that are associated with coming to see a hypnotist, or help with quitting smoking, help with changing your eating habits and eating patterns, help with nail biting. Hypnosis is a great tool for overcoming fears and phobias. It's a great tool for helping overcome trauma and PTSD type symptoms. It's great for reducing stress and anxiety. If you need help in improving focus and clarity and want to increase your productivity, hypnosis and hypnotherapy are excellent tools for doing just that. If you need a confidence boost, or you need to strengthen your self-esteem, hypnosis is great. If you want to enhance performances, sports or academic or public speaking, hypnosis is an excellent tool for helping you with that. I've worked with a lot of musicians and athletes on the professional, college, and amateur levels, helping them to improve their game and improve their strategies. If you want to overcome trauma and emotional blocks, I've helped a lot of people over these last 5 years here in this office do just that. Maybe you need help with sleep or learning how to actually relax, because most of my clients that come to see me, they have no idea how to actually really relax. And so if your mind is involved in a problem, hypnosis is an excellent tool for helping with the solution. And the thing is a lot of people think, well, that's all it's for fixing problems. But it's also for strengthening qualities that you already have. It can be used to help strengthen. If you are a great athlete, you can use hypnosis and hypnotherapy to actually improve your performance and take your game to the next level. The thing is, though, it's not a magic fix. I can't just snap my fingers and suddenly your life will be perfect. You've got to want the change. You've got to be ready to change. You've got to realize that you're the only one that can make that change. You know, having said that, I had a client or someone come to see me on a consultation that wanted help with emotional eating and making the changes, wanted to work on weight management and that kind of thing. And we started talking, and I was doing the intake form and asking what they were doing now, what kind of foods they were eating, getting a plan in place for them to get rid of that food, get it out of the house, out of sight, out of mind, right? And they're like, oh no, I don't want to get rid of any of that. I don't want to change anything I'm doing. I just want you to put me in a trance and make me lose weight. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. I can't just snap my fingers and make the change happen. But hypnosis and hypnotherapy makes changing easier. It makes it quicker, and it makes it more effective by working with that part of your mind that actually controls your behaviors. But you've got to be ready and willing to change. And so my approach is a little different as the UnHypnotist. Most hypnotherapists use hypnosis to guide you into a trance state where these positive suggestions can be planted for change, and that's great and it works, but I like to help my clients go even further, because most people are already in a trance. They just don't realize it. The folks that come to see me for help with quit smoking, they're in a trance that, oh, it's just so hard to quit, or that smoking helps relax my nerves. And that's a trance that's created by the tobacco companies to help you keep using their product. Or you're under a trance that you tell people all the time, I'm always I've always been an anxious person, and I'm just always going to be an anxious person. And that's a trance that's been created by years of conditioning and programming. Or maybe you fall under the trance, well, it's just not meant for me to be successful. Why can't I catch a break? And that's a trance that's been imposed on you by all of your past experiences. You've been programmed to believe things that aren't true. And I think it was Mark Twain that says, it's easier to convince someone of a lie than to convince them they've been lied to. And it's the same with this type of programming. When I tell people you've been programmed to believe things that aren't true, they resist that. But you accept these lies as if they're reality because they've been reinforced over and over and over again. As the UnHypnotist, my job is not just to put you in a trance for positive change, but to help you break those negative trances that you're already in. I help you break free from that conditioned thinking. Most of the limitations that you believe about yourself were not created by you. They were placed on you by parents, by teachers, by society, by advertising, or by past experiences. They're not all your fault. But what if you finally realize that those things are not true? Those limiting beliefs that have been placed on you by society and other people, and some that you placed on yourself. I help you identify those, and I help you break them down to see what they really are. False beliefs that no longer have control over you. I teach you how to take control of your own mind. I don't just hypnotize you and send you on your way. I give you tools that when you leave my office or we end the Zoom call, that you can take with you and start using them immediately to rewrite your thinking, to shift your emotional responses, and to take back control of all of this programming that's been in there for years. It's not about quick fixes, but it's about lasting change. And I don't waste time on fluff. I don't do the woo-woo. I don't do mysticism, and I definitely don't do nonsense. If you want soft, flowery, feel-good hypnosis, I'm not your guy. I can find you somebody. I can recommend people that use that approach, and that approach works well for some people. But if you want no BS, real results and real strategies, then I can help you. I can help you break free from all of those patterns that are holding you back. So who can benefit from what I have to offer? I produce all kind of videos and content right here on this channel that you may never walk in my office, we may never meet, you may never pay me a dime, but I promise you I've got content right here on this channel that if you were to watch it and that's all you did, you could create lasting, powerful change in your life. So if you're stuck in patterns that you can't break, if you've tried willpower alone and realized that didn't work, if you're If you're tired of self-help books that you've read, so many of them that never seem to help, you want to finally take control of your mind and your life, then my approach to hypnosis, UnHypnotist, may be exactly what you need. It's not about sitting in the amazing hypno chair while everybody that sits in it really enjoys that experience. It's not about sitting while I fix you. It's about actually waking up from these old unconscious patterns that are keeping you stuck. It's about taking full responsibility of your own mind and your own life. And it's about finally breaking free. So the question you've got to ask yourself right now is, are you ready? Are you ready to break those negative trances that have been keeping you stuck? Are you ready to get out of that hypnotized state that you've been in for your whole life? Not by me, but by society, by your past, by limiting beliefs that you've never stopped to question? Well, the good news is you don't have to stay under that spell. Hypnosis is just a tool. It's a way to communicate with that part of your mind that's actually running the show. And if you use it correctly, it can help you rewire all of those old habitual patterns that are no longer serving you, and finally create the change that you've been chasing for a long time. But it only works if you're ready. So, are you ready? Are you ready to break free from those negative trances that have been running your life? If the answer is yes, then let's talk more. Shoot me a message, leave me a comment, let me know. Because waking up is the first step to real change. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it's explained to you a little more about what hypnosis is, what it isn't. If you have other people that are wondering exactly what is hypnosis or hypnotherapy, and you're having a hard time trying to explain it to them, this is a perfect resource to send them to so that they can see what it actually is and is not. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you found this video helpful. And again, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe. We're very close to 100 subscribers here on this channel. I think I've got 18 more to go to reach 100, and I'm doing a giveaway. If I can reach 100 by this Sunday, then I'm going to give away a free session, either in the office or over Zoom. So send this channel out to people. Help let people find me and discover some of these new tools and resources to help them get some change. All right. Well, thank you again for joining me. We'll see you in our next video. Have a great day.